Dear students, welcome to the today's online class. In this session, we are going to start a new topic that maxima and minima. So in this chapter, we are going to find the extreme values of a given function. Means we are going to find the maximum values and minimum values for the given function. In this regard, first we are going to find the global maxima. What is global maxima of the given curve? We are going to learn now. Let us observe this curve y is equals to f of x. So, the curve y is equals to f of x is defined in the interval closed interval a to b. Suppose this curve y is equals to f of x is defined in the closed interval a to b. Okay. Now the curve is like this. Okay. So now observe this curve where it is attains the maximum value. Where it is attains the maximum value. Let us observe this curve at this point P, whereas x is equals to c. Whenever this c point is belonging to closed interval a comma b, it attains the max value, isn't it or not? Look at this. It attains this point. What is this point? F of c it is. What is it? F of c. Okay. So now this f of c is the greater than or equals to value whatever the x functions, whatever the x values we have in the defined interval closed interval a comma b, so that we can give the statement that this function y is equals to f of x have a global maximum on this closed interval a comma b. Let us go through the definition of the global maximum. Let closed interval a comma b be an interval in a real number system, capital R, and our function and f maps closed interval a comma b tends to R be a real valid function and SC is belonging to this interval a comma b, full stop, then f is said to have a global maximum on closed interval a comma b if the c value which we are taken from the closed interval a comma b means what? F of c. Regarding that we would get the functional value f of c must greater than or equals to the all the values, remaining values of x for all this x is belonging to closed interval a comma b. Means what it is? For all x values from the a comma b, our c is attains the maximum function value. Here regarding this function, so that this function will have a global maximum. Let us, we have an example. We have an example problem. Let the function f is defined on 0 to 2 tends to r, and it is defined as f of x is equals to x square. So for this function, for each value of x we are going to choose from 0 to 2, means what it is, in between any value from 0 to 2, that implies 0 is less than or equals to x is less than or equals to 2, we have the functional value. Functional value. What is our functional value regarding this condition? F of 0 is less than or equals to f of x is less than or equals to f of 2. That implies, what is our f of 0? Substitute 0 in place of x, means what it is, 0 square is less than or equals to f of x is less than or equals to f of 2, means what it is, 2 square. That implies what we would get, 0 is less than or equals to f of x is less than or equals to 4. That implies the functional value attains the max value is what now, 4, at the functional value is what now, f of 2. That implies what we can make the conclusion here, f of 2 is what now, greater than or equals to f of x for all x is belonging to closed interval 0 to 2 now. So means it is what, as defined the function now here, f of c is must and should greater than or equals to f of x for all values of x belonging to closed interval a comma b. Now we had having the same relation here, f of 2 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x belongs to 0 to 2. Then what we can make the conclusion here? Then f of x has a global maximum. Now we are going to discuss about what a global minimum. So the same concept vice versa for the global maximum. Now let us, we have a function, what is that, y is equals to g of x now. So this function y is equals to g of x is also defined in the interval a to b, and at x is equals to c it attains the minimum, isn't it or not? Look at here, it attains it, it's a minimum. So in this case f of c value is less than or equals to f of x for all x belongs to closed interval a comma b. Then what we can give the conclusion? The function y is equals to g of x have a global minimum. So now the definition, g maps closed interval a comma b tends to r be a real valid function and suppose here you should say some c dash. Okay, now c dash is a point is belonging to closed interval a comma b, then G is said to have a global minimum on closed interval a comma b if whenever the vice versa for the maximum, means what it is the opposite for the maximum condition. So what is the opposite condition? F of c should attain the minimum value, means what it is what now, less than or equals to f of x for all x is belonging to closed interval a comma b. Okay, here we make a note that first condition to its global maximum value, that f of c. So here in the minimum value we have taken c dash. Okay, it is c dash. So note one is what, f of c is called global maximum value. Global maximum value, and x is equals to c is called a point of global maximum. Here once you observe the condition, whenever a function will have global maximum, the condition must be what, f of c is must greater than or equals to f of c. Whenever this condition obeys, what we can say, the function has a global maximum. On that, f of c is called for what, value of the global maximum. It is what now, value of the global maximum, and this c is called what, a point of global maximum, and this c is called for what, a point of global maximum. Similarly for the global minimum also, a small correction here, since we have taken a g function, we are mentioning here f, so it is what, a g function. So what is now, g of c dash must less than or equals to g of x. Regarding this, what we can make the note here, g of c dash is the value of the global minimum, and this c dash is called for what, a point of global minimum. So as we discussed, g of c dash is called the value of global minimum, and c dash is called a point of global minimum. Now we are going to learn about what, a relative maximum and relative minimum. It is also called as, relative maximum is also called for what, a local maximum, and relative minimum is also called for what, a local minimum. Now let us observe the definition of it. Let closed interval a comma b is in a real number system, and f maps closed interval a comma b tends to R is a real valued function. Okay, then the first case. Then the first case, f is said to have a relative maximum at C if there exists delta greater than 0, means what is a small positive number it is, such that f of C is greater than or equals to f of x for all x belonging to open interval c minus delta comma c plus delta. So here what you are observed now, whenever a global maximum is with the function, then this x is belonging to the defined interval a comma b, means what it is, x may be from a to b, any x you can choose there. But for the relative maximum, if we are getting the maximum value, what is f of c, it is what now, global maximum value. It is what now, f of c is what now, global maximum value attains at the point c. On such c we are getting the neighborhood c minus delta comma c plus delta. So we have to pick the x value from the neighborhood of the point of the global maximum. Then f is said to have a relative maximum. Are you followed? Next, number 2, f is said to have a relative minimum. It suppose it is what now, c dash I am taking, if there exists same delta positive greater than 0 such that f of c dash must less than or equals to f of x, and for all x is belonging to the neighborhood of this point of global minimum. Okay, so c minus delta comma c plus delta, for any value you have chosen from the point of the global minimum, on that it should obey this condition, f of c dash is lesser than or equals to f of x. Then what we can give the statement, the function f have a relative minimum. Here also we can make the same note that f of c is relative maximum, can also called as what, local maximum. F of c is value of local maximum, and c is a point of local maximum. And the second one, what is it, f of c dash is value of local minimum, and c dash is a point of local minimum. Now the third one, if local maximum and local minimum at x is equals to c and x is equals to c dash does not exist in this case. If they are not exist, then we make a conclusion that then f is not defined in a neighborhood of C and C dash. If there doesn't exist local minimum and local maximum for the given function, what we can make the conclusion? F is not defined on such a neighborhood of C and C dash respectively. Now the fourth one, very very important. If relative maximum value or relative minimum value defined at any point x is equals to a, suppose it is what now, x is equals to a, we have relative maximum or relative minimum value at this point x is equals to a, then f of x is said to have relative extreme values extreme value means relative extreme value means what it is, either it may be maximum value or it may be minimum value for the given function f of x. For the given function, the first derivative to the given function will approach some more definitions. So, what is the role of first derivative for the given function and what will it define? Let us we check now. Let x is equals to c is the domain of the given function f of x, then f is said to be a have a turning point at suppose x is equals to c, if f dash of x changes, means what it is, f dash of x means what it is, first derivative of the given function f of x changes its sign at x is equals to c. That means positive to negative or negative to positive. Whenever the values are moves left to right of the point C. So left to right we will check the points regarding x is equals to c point. On that regards, at some point the positive value must changes to negative or the negative value changes to positive. On that the regarding point we will say it is what now, the turning point of the given function. It is none other than the relative maximum or relative minimum. So in these two cases only we will find the sign change at a relative maximum point or a relative minimum point. The sign changes to positive to negative or negative to positive on that the particular point is called for a turning point for the given function. So in this situation the relative maximum or relative minimum will involves. Let us check an example. On that we can make a note. Example is the function is f of x is equals to x square on closed interval -2 to 2. Okay. So in this regard the function is defined from -2 to 2. So now what is our f dash of x? Derivating with respect to x on both sides. So that I would get a f dash of x is what now? 2x. So if suppose -2 is substituted, so here the -2 value and it is what now, the -1 0 1 2. In this interval the function is defined. Okay, from -2 to 2 we have to move to left to right values. We have to substitute like this the points. If we substituted the -2 value, f dash of -2, what you are getting? 2 into -2 means what it is, -4 you are getting. That implies which value? Negative. So the function, the first derivative of the function starts with a negative, and f dash of -1 is what, a 2 into -1 means it is what, a -2. It is also what now? Negative. Next suppose f dash of 0 I am substituting, so 2 into 0 that is equals to 0. So from this 0 point means what it is, f dash of 1, if I substitute 2 into 1, what you are getting? 1. So it is what now? Positive. So at this point of level, so what is going on here? The sign is changed at this point. Okay, so what we can make the conclusion? At x is equals to 0, the sign of the first derivative of the given function changes as negative to positive, so that this point is called for what? A turning point for the given function. So what is the conclusion we make? F of x has a turning point at x is equals to 0. So I want to explain the note when comparing with these two examples. So this is what now example number 2. Here the function is mod x defined on closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Here in this case, what we can make the conclusion? F of x has a critical point at x is equals to 0, since f dash of 0 does not exist for the function f of x. Okay, this is the note I want to give. For this type of function, the first derivative does not exist at the particular x is equals to 0. So that x is equals to 0 is called for what? A critical point. Whenever f dash of exists and sign is changes, on that the particular point is called for what? A turning point. This is the difference from the both the functions. Okay. Now the note from the given condition as we discussed. C is a point of local minimum if f dash of x means what is the first derivative changes the sign positive to negative at x is equals to c. Means what? Whenever a function is defined in a closed interval a comma b, we have chosen a point C. On that regard, we are moving to left to right substitution in the given function, so that at the point C, the function is changed, the first derivative of the given function changes the sign as positive to negative. Okay, it is what now? Positive to negative. Then that C is what now? Local maximum. Similarly, number 2. C is a point of local minimum if f dash of x changes sign negative to positive at x is equals to c. If the sign changes as negative to positive at the point C, the C must be what? A local minimum. Now the third one, it's very very important. C is a point whenever at that particular point, if f dash of x is equals to 0, then we say f of x has stationary at x is equals to c, and f of c is called stationary value and c comma f of c, it is a point, c comma f of c is called stationary point of f of x. So the first derivative of the given function will involve like this in the given function. Now observe this chart, it will gives the local maximum and local minimum values. Okay, so it will give the local maximum and local minimum values while here involving the second derivative of the given function. So here I am framed a chart here. You to follow this chart. If suppose f of x is a real valued function, the first step you need to do that you to find what now? F dash of x. What you have to find? F dash of x you have to find now. So you to move to your right side. So you to find the stationary. At stationary, what you have to do? As we discussed in the note, the f dash of x value is 0 at the stationary of the f of x function. So you to equate the first derivative of the given function to 0. So by solving this equation f dash of x is equal 0, you will get the stationary points like c1, c2, so on, depending of the observed f dash of x value. If suppose it is a first order equation, you may get only one c1. If it is a quadratic equation, you may get two values like that, so on. So for the corresponding c1, you can get f of c1 by substituting the c1 value in the given function. You will get what? F of c1. So that c2 comma f of c2 will form. So these type of points are called stationary points. So c comma f of c1 comma c2 comma f of c2 are called what? A stationary point. Okay, and here the y coordinate f of c1 and f of c2 are called what? A stationary values. Stationary values. After getting these results at your right side, go to your left. So we have f dash of x, the first derivative of the given function. What we are observed, it is what now? F dash of x. For this you have to do the second derivative. Okay, so you had got the second derivative here. So on that, at the stationary points c1 comma c2 will uses here. As in place of x, I am going to substitute the at the stationary level values c1 here. So in place of x, I am substituting the c1 value in the f double dash of x, second derivative of the given function. If suppose whenever it is substituted, if suppose we got the result as f double dash of c1 is lesser than 0, means what it is? Negative term you got it. What the term you got it? Negative term while substituting this stationary point c1. Then what we make the conclusion? F of x has local maximum. Which values f of x will have? F of x has local maximum at c1. At c1. Okay, and f of c1 is called what? Local maximum value. To find out the local maximum value, what you need to find? F double dash of at that point c1 must what? Lesser than 0, means what it is? It must be negative. So if it is negative, what we can make the conclusion? F of x has local maximum at c1, and f of c1 is what now? local maximum value. What is that value? Will shows what? F of C1. So this step is very very important. Okay. Now the second case, in this regard, second case, if suppose like this, the C2 point at the stationary level, we got this point C2. If you substituted this point in this f double dash of x, means what? A second derivative of the given function you had substituted in place of x as C2. If it is greater than 0, it is only if case. If it is happened, this will happen like that. So if f double dash of C2 is greater than 0, what we can make the conclusion? F of x has local minimum at C2. We make the conclusion here, and the local minimum value is what now? F of C2. So in the question, if we asked about what maximum values, then what we have to do? First you have to find the first derivative of the given function. At the stationary level you have to equate it to 0, and you have to find the stationary points, and you have to find the second derivative of the given function, and you to substitute, asking about what a local maximum. So you to substitute the related C1, C2 or so on values wherever the second derivative of the given function is lesser than 0. It must be lesser than 0. On the respective C1 or C2, the f of x must be what? A maximum. F double dash of C is less than 0, then f of x has maximum values at a C. If suppose f double dash of C is greater than 0, f of x has minimum values. If suppose it is positive, have minimum values. If it is negative, has maximum values at the respective level. Okay. So this is most important chart you are doing in your exercise problems. Okay. Keep follow this chart.